Hey there. So today we are going to talk about overthinking. What is overthinking, why it happens, and how to stop overthinking in just simple 3 steps. Before starting, here is a good news for you. So overthinking is not always a bad overthinking. So let me prove it to you. Remember those days when you fall in love for the first time? For 24/7, we used to think about only one person. All the thoughts running in our mind was around only one person. Technically speaking, it was a overthinking, isn't it? But is it a bad overthinking? The answer is no. Why? Because it used to give us pleasure. It used to give us happiness. And things which are giving you happiness is not bad at all. So now let's come to our point. What is overthinking? So overthinking is basically a chain where one thought leads to another thought and another thought leads to another thought. So it literally takes hours to get out of it. And this overthinking is all around the negative thoughts. And because of that, it gives us the feeling of anxiety and the sadness. So because of that, this overthinking is bad at all. So now let's come to the steps. So the first step is to identify your triggers. So overthinking usually happens by the subconscious mind. So when you're in that state, you will not be able to identify triggers. But when you are in the state, you are getting controlled by your conscious mind, then you'll be easily able to identify what are your triggers. So that triggers can be anything. It can be a person, it can be a fear, it can be an emotion. So it can be anything. So no matter what is, just write it down. For example, it can be a fear of being judged. Whenever you are going to take any action, you might be thinking, what will people say? What will people think? What if people don't like it? So if you're getting this kind of thought, so this is because of fear of being judged. So whatever it is, identify your triggers and write it down. Trust me, just by writing it down, you'll get clarity that how many triggers are there, whether it is really a big problem or it is a small problem that can be solved easily. So now the second step is do analysis. What do I mean by analysis? So for example, it can be a real or fake. For example, I used to have that fear of this ceiling fan, someday it is going to fall and I'm going to die because of it. So now, is this a real or fake? So it is completely a fake. So now ask this question to yourself, is it a fake or real? How to identify? The fact needs a proof. So what I did was I asked myself that is there any proof that will prove that this fan is going to fall and someday I'm going to die because of it? When I asked this question, I did not get any proof. First, has it ever happened to me in so many years? So the answer was no. Second, so have you heard any kind of news that because of this, has someone ever died? So the answer to the second question was also no. And because of that, it was completely proven that this is not a fact, this is completely fake. And now there is no reason to feel this fear. So now I was able to easily remove this trigger from my subconscious mind. So analyze this, whether it is a real or a fact. Is there any proof that proves that this is a fact? Are you overthinking for so long, but it never happened? Is it a fear of something? So identify those, analyze those, and after analyzing, you will easily realize that some triggers can be removed easily. That doesn't make any sense to have it and overthink about it. So second part is doing analysis. Now third part is taking actions. So if the overthinking is around small tasks, like for example, ordering food in the restaurant, what you can do is you can use the timer technique. What is timer technique? Just identify this small task, make a list of it, and whenever you are going to perform that task, have a 1 minute timer with you. So now it is a challenge for you. So whatever you are going to decide, you will be having only 1 minute to decide. Initially, you will feel it very difficult, but eventually you will get used to it and you will be able to easily overcome your overthinking around that particular part. Second, some sort of thoughts you will not be able to stop immediately. For example, imagine there is a train running at 100 km per hour speed. So is it possible to immediately stop that? No. But is it easy to change the track and change the direction of the train? Answer is yes. Direction can be easily changed, but by changing the direction, the destination of that train will be completely different. So instead of asking negative questions to you, consciously you can change that question to positive. For example, instead of asking, what if people won't like it? What if people will judge me? What if people will laugh at me? These are negative questions. Identify these kind of negative questions and change those into positive questions. For example, what if people like it? What if it helps someone? What if it adds value in someone's life? Is it worth it doing something which is actually adding a value in someone's life or not? So whenever you ask these kind of positive questions to yourself, you'll be easily able to change your direction. And by changing this direction, the complete destination will be different. So coming to the summary part, you just have to follow 3 steps. First is identify your triggers, write it down. After writing down, do analysis, whether it is fake or real. Do we have any fact around it? Third is taking actions like using techniques like timer techniques, changing the direction of the thoughts, and removing those triggers which are completely fake triggers. So now try these techniques and do let me know in the comment section whether it was useful for you or not. Thank you so much.